Director of, Director of Gaza's Indonesian hospital killed in Israeli strike. According to the South China Morning Post, an Israeli airstrike in Gaza City killed Dr. Marwan al-Sultan, the director of the Indonesian hospital, along with his family in their home. The Israeli military has stated it is reviewing the incident, which occurred on July 3, 2025. This event comes amid ongoing conflict and international calls for a ceasefire, further straining the humanitarian situation in the Gaza Strip, where medical facilities and personnel have been repeatedly affected by the hostilities. Europe swelters under record-breaking, deadly heatwave. According to The Guardian, a severe heatwave across Europe has resulted in at least 8 fatalities and triggered widespread health alerts and forest fires. Temperatures in Spain reached a record 46 degrees Celsius, and for the first time in history, nearly all of mainland France is under a heat advisory. The extreme weather, made more intense by climate change, has also impacted infrastructure, forcing the shutdown of a nuclear reactor in Switzerland due to the high temperature of river water used for cooling. U.S. East Coast experiences dangerous, record-setting heat. According to the Associated Press, a heat dome is causing extensive triple-digit temperatures and oppressive humidity across the eastern United States, affecting an estimated 150 million people. On Wednesday, New York's Kennedy Airport recorded its hottest temperature ever at 102 degrees Fahrenheit, 39 degrees Celsius. The dangerous conditions have led to hospitalizations, delayed train services, and prompted utilities to urge power conservation, highlighting the immediate public health and infrastructure challenges of the extreme weather event. Colombia seizes advanced narco-submarine equipped with Starlink. According to the South China Morning Post, Colombian authorities have intercepted the first known unmanned narco-submarine utilizing SpaceX's Starlink satellite internet service. The vessel, captured during what is believed to be a trial run by a drug trafficking cartel, represents a significant technological advancement for smuggling operations. The use of Starlink suggests cartels are enhancing their remote navigation and communication capabilities to evade detection by naval forces in the region. UK Prime Minister expresses support for embattled Finance Minister. According to the South China Morning Post, the UK Prime Minister has backed his Finance Minister, Rachel Reeves, after she was seen shedding tears in Parliament. A spokesperson clarified that the display of emotion was a personal matter and dismissed speculation about her political future. The incident occurred during a period of intense scrutiny over the government's economic policies and has drawn significant media and political attention in the United Kingdom. Trump announces trade deal with Vietnam imposing new tariffs. According to the South China Morning Post, the United States has reached a trade agreement with Vietnam that imposes a 20% tariff on imports. The deal, announced on July 3, 2025, also includes a 40% tariff on goods that are transshipped through Vietnam from other countries, a measure widely seen as targeting China. This move is expected to significantly impact supply chains for numerous U.S. retailers and manufacturers who rely heavily on Vietnamese production. Hong Kong retail sales rise for the first time in 14 months. According to the South China Morning Post, Hong Kong's retail sales increased by 2.4% in May, ending a 14-month period of contraction. The data, released on July 2, 2025, provides a sign of potential stabilization for the city's struggling retail sector. The rise in sales value offers a glimmer of hope for an economic recovery, though retailers remain cautious amid an uncertain global economic environment and evolving local consumer habits. China's factory activity shows rebound in June amid trade talk progress. According to the South China Morning Post, China's factory activity expanded in June, with key manufacturing indices showing a rebound. This improvement comes as trade tensions with the United States show signs of easing, boosting sentiment and output. However, analysts caution that the Chinese economy may still face significant headwinds in the latter half of 2025, including weak domestic demand and ongoing structural challenges within the property sector. Bank of Japan board member signals future interest rate hikes. According to the Japan Times, Bank of Japan Policy Board member Hajime Takata stated that the central bank's pause in its rate hike cycle is temporary. In a speech on July 3, 2025, Takata indicated the BOJ should resume raising rates after a wait-and-see period to assess the economic impact of potential U.S. tariffs. His hawkish remarks suggest the central bank remains focused on policy normalization as inflation persists. Bank of England policymaker calls for faster interest rate cuts. According to City AM, Bank of England official Alan Taylor has advocated for more rapid interest rate reductions to ensure a soft landing for the UK economy. In a speech on July 2, 2025, Taylor, who voted for a cut in June, argued that global trade tensions are dampening demand. His comments highlight a division within the Monetary Policy Committee, which has held the main interest rate at 4.25% amid persistent inflation. S&P 500 and Nasdaq close at record highs on tech and energy rally. According to Nasdaq, the S&P 500 rose 0.47% and the Nasdaq 100 gained 0.73% to close at record highs on Wednesday, July 2. The rally was driven by strong performance in chip and energy stocks. In contrast, the Dow Jones Industrial Average finished nearly flat, down 0.02%. The gains came as investors weighed news of a U.S.-Vietnam trade deal and anticipated key jobs data. Health insurance stocks plunge on withdrawn 2025 guidance. According to Nasdaq, shares of U.S. health insurance firms fell sharply on Wednesday after Centene withdrew its 2025 financial guidance. Centene stock plummeted 40%, citing insurance market trends that threatened $1.8 billion in revenue. The news created a ripple effect, with Molina Healthcare dropping over 21% and Elevance Health falling more than 11%, reflecting broad investor concern about the sector's profitability. Asian markets show mixed results while European stocks gain. According to CTV News, Asian stock markets were mixed in trading on Thursday, July 3. Tokyo's Nikkei 225 edged up 0.1%, while Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index lost 0.6%. In Europe, markets opened higher, with Germany's DAX up 0.1% and the UK's FTSE 100 gaining 0.4% in midday trading. The varied performance reflects investor caution amid global economic signals and geopolitical developments. ECB signals likely pause on interest rate cuts in July. According to Trading Economics, minutes from the European Central Bank's June meeting show policymakers advocating for caution, making a pause in interest rate cuts in July increasingly likely. After cutting rates by 25 basis points in June, officials cited highly uncertain global conditions and persistent trade tensions as reasons to retain flexibility. The ECB now projects inflation will fall below its 2% target later this year. Microsoft announces largest layoffs in years, cutting 9,000 jobs. According to the South China Morning Post, Microsoft is cutting 9,000 jobs in its largest round of layoffs in years. The company confirmed the reductions on July 3, 2025, stating they will impact various teams, geographies, and levels of tenure, with the Xbox and sales divisions notably affected. This move follows a trend of major technology firms restructuring their workforces amid shifting market demands and economic pressures. OpenAI to rent massive computing power from Oracle for AI development. According to the South China Morning Post, OpenAI is making an unprecedented investment in computing infrastructure by renting a massive amount of power from Oracle. The deal, reported on July 3, 2025, totals approximately 4.5 gigawatts, an amount of energy capable of powering millions of homes. This move underscores the immense and growing demand for computational resources needed to train and operate advanced artificial intelligence models. TikTok Shop cuts more U.S. jobs as potential ban looms. According to the South China Morning Post, TikTok's e-commerce division has initiated further job cuts in the United States. The move, reported on July 3, 2025, comes as the company faces a potential ban in the U.S. under the Trump administration. The social media platform has also been replacing some U.S.-based staff with personnel connected to its parent company in China, signaling a strategic shift amid intense regulatory pressure. U.S. judge rules China's Huawei must face criminal charges. According to Reuters, a U.S. judge has ruled that Chinese technology giant Huawei Technologies must face a criminal case for racketeering and other charges. The decision, reported on July 2, 2025, dismisses the company's attempt to have the charges dropped. The wide-ranging case alleges Huawei engaged in the theft of technology, bank fraud, and obstruction of justice, marking a significant development in the long-running legal battle between the U.S. government and the telecom